Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more Frostpunk The Last Autumn. So I've done a little bit of thinking as to what we want to do with our manpower situation, and I think I have a solution, or at least a possible avenue. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to max out our telegraph station. We're going to call on in 16 workers. I think that should be fine. That's 2 extra houses, so that's not going to harm our housing situation too much. And it should also mean that we have enough workers to, well, either we can go ahead and send some to the docks, start importing some extra coal. We could also go with some timber as well, potentially, if that's what we really wanted. I think we'll probably end up going for coal. And then we can even go ahead and, when we do... Wait a second, that's not quite right. When we have a solid supply of coal, we can start using things like the ventilation plant, which will be remarkably costly. So at the moment, we're only doing 10-hour shifts in the for the generator, which is a little bit less, but that's still 250 coal per day, assuming that we are doing that. So yeah, that is going to be a thing that we do need to be prepared for. And in the meantime, we can also go ahead and send some workers, maybe build up a stockpile with people continuing to unload, and then send those workers elsewhere, like finishing the support, the shaft structure, and other things. So I think that that's what we're going to go ahead and do. So let's just go ahead and send that away. The sooner we have that done, the sooner we get them to the colony. So that'll arrive tomorrow. Not much we can do about that. That's just going to be what it is. We do have no more sick people at this point. So I think that means we're going to go ahead and shuffle around some of our workers again. We're going to send people from the medical post. Unfortunately, we're very limited in the work that our engineers can do. So yeah, we need to pick and choose where we're sending people. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to set this to be a coal pile for now. That should be fine. And we'll send in a couple of workers. And we'll see how that goes. In fact, do we even want to send all 10 people there? Well, realistically, we probably do need to start working over here. Yeah, you know what? We'll send 5, 6 people to the docks, and then we'll send the 5 people out there so they can at least start getting some of that work done. We are ahead of schedule at the moment, which is good, about 2 days, which is nice, but at the same time too, we cannot afford to fall behind. I'm just concerned that if we do start falling behind, our corporate sponsors may be rather mad at us, as at the end of the day, they still need to make sure that multiple places are going up, and if we're falling behind, they may give us less manpower. Now, actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I think what we need a whole stack of timber at the moment. In fact, you know what? We're not building anything there. Let's use some of this manpower. Yeah, that's what we want. We'll send both of you to there. We need at least 100 timber for us to reach the next level of tech, which I'm hoping is going to be our next thing. We'll go ahead and get a coal pile starting. Again, we don't need it for a bit of time, so we can probably deal with those 10. And then the remainder, I think we go ahead and we send them there. So that's still 11. That should be sufficient. Yeah, that should be all well and good, assuming our counting is somewhat accurate. Alright, so what's going on here? Reloading station, what's going on? No gatherable resources in range? Huh. That's peculiar. Oh, that's right. We did change things over, didn't we? Okay, so that's set to wood. That's fine. We'll see how it goes in the early morning. We should be alright. We'll just have to see how it goes. Now, we only have another 5 hours before our next floor comes by, so we'll look at that when that comes by. But I'm thinking we're going to do everything we can to make this as safe as possible. And, oh wow, that was a considerable loss of motivation right there. Wow. Okay, well, you know what? That's okay. And in fact, I'm not even going to bother with the evening service at this stage. Motivation will rise slightly. We'll keep things coming along, but I think the food isn't needing to be spent right now, so we'll just leave that there. Alright, so fishing's coming along nicely. Oh, there is our sawmill upgrade researched, so that's an extra 25%. Okay, so now comes the question, what is the technology that we need? Now, I was thinking... there's a couple of options here. I really wanted those mechanical calculators. That would be really nice for that steam reloading station efficiency, or at least what I believe is better efficiency than what we have. That would be really nice. I think getting that extra range will give us access to that sawmill range, which is also something we desperately need. I'm thinking maybe... I'm not sure about the upgraded docks. Being able to bring in more, I'm not sure if that's going to change anything with the reloading station or whether we'll need multiple reloading stations, but that's going to be a bit tricky. What else could we do? We could go for some more food, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Or we could start working on some of these other things. Now, this ventilation plant would mean that we could increase our work days at this current moment and go from 10 to 12 hours. Oh, sorry, from 8 to 10 hours. But I'm not sure if that's something we really care to invest in at this exact moment. Again, we will need it. I'm just not sure if it's what is best. Although, you know what? Hang on. Come to think about it, if we do go for some upgraded docks, we could increase the amount of materials that are around. And from that, we may... yeah, we could possibly take away a couple of workers and put them elsewhere if we're doing really well. So you know what? Maybe we give that a shot. Yeah, I think that could be good. Also, too, maybe it'll see if we need extra reloading stations for both of the piles. But we'll just see how that all goes. So you know what? Yeah, that is an easy thing for us to upgrade. Actually, that is 60... Well, you know what? Maybe we go... Hold on a second, I need to stop and think. This is 80 wood per day, that's a 50% increase. This will do maybe more for steel and other things which we're not really hurting on right now. And this is also cheaper. You know what, I think I've actually talked myself out of it. We're going to go with the steam sawmill. Yeah, we're going to go with the steam sawmill. Get more efficient tree cutting and make sure that we have more in the future. We have our new one set up over here. That's 433 timber to get through. That is a sizable sum. So yeah, some extra efficiency there will be really nice. And being able to crank out more per hour is going to save us in the long run. Now the thing is, this is only going to take us 6 hours. So we're going to make sure that we have at least 100 wood. And we're going to go for the upgrade immediately afterwards. I think that is what is going to be in our best interests. Also too, if we can end up creating a decent stockpile of timber, we may even be able to cut back a little bit of work there and send people to the profiles manufacturer and make sure that we are still somewhat producing some more profiles, because I'm sure we're going to need a whole stack more. In fact, yeah, we even have a generator construction overview. I should probably have double checked that at some point. So yeah, we will need another 10 for the net for the foundations, another 50 for the heart of the generator, and then that is it, short of yeah, that's all that we must have. The optional upgrades don't actually have any what is that, structural profiles required. So yeah, I think we should start trying to get a little bit ahead on that, because the next thing we're going to need is the steam exchangers, which will be a new building that we need to research. So we'll keep that in mind, and I'm sure that's going to cost a whole stack of steel. So, here comes the question, what do we want to do? We now have after hours equipment maintenance. So after finishing their shift, workers will spend some time cleaning and maintaining their equipment, keep it safe in safe operating condition. Okay. That will reduce risk in all workplaces. That'll be nice. A permanent amount of discontent we could probably manage, I think. That wouldn't be bad, and that's just a straight up upgrade to our safety rating. and would even allow us to stop using short shifts or potentially safety procedures. So that's not bad either. What else do we have? Work standardization. Yeah, discontent will be there. Workplaces will be 10% more efficient though. Okay, well that's not a bad idea, but that doesn't increase our safety. And I think at the moment, if we check out our generator, yeah, we are in an unhealthy situation. And I believe, yeah, a low risk of falling ill. If we go up one more level, we should be able to make that safe and avoid any sickness. And you know what? I think that is what we're going to do. Let's go into labor. We're going to do some after hours maintenance. A little bit of discontent is unpopular, but I think this is going to be the best way about securing a good position. Alright, workers will take time at the end of their shift to make sure their equipment is safe to use. And there we have it. No? Why have we not gained the benefit here? That is kind of annoying. I thought that was the whole point of this thing. After hours. Yeah, accident risk will be reduced. Let's see. Safety procedures, lowers efficiency. Workplace safety. Oh, this isn't workplace safety. This is accident risk. Okay, so I don't know if that was necessarily the right call for us. That didn't really improve much. Yeah, although at this stage, what's this? 25 days? Okay. How about that structure there? That's moving up. That's up to 4%. That's not terrible. It could be better and it could be worse. We will, at the very least, I think we can deal with a bit of this discontent. Yeah, after this temporary modifier for the controversial law, I think we will be okay. Alright, so what have we got? Camp life, a bad omen. This morning, the camp is strangely quiet. People pass the bad news in hushed voices. An owl is perched atop the scaffolding despite it having broad daylight. They were superstitious in the best of times, but here in this remote, harsh workplace, they see it as a worse omen. Worse than the herd of black cats. Now, the construction site workers refuse to return to work while the bird sits there. They also say that to shoo it away would bring even worse luck. What shall we do? Okay, construction will stop for 4 hours. You know what? We're not making that much progress with only a handful. You know what? Let's just let them do their thing. Let's wait. That's fine. 4 hours with 11 workers isn't going to be a huge huge benefit. We'll still get a little bit of work in there. That'll be fine. Hopefully that's the last of some of their superstitions, although I don't see that getting it too much better. Alright, now you see we have a fair bit of extra timber. I think we're going to go ahead and preemptively build some tents. We need to make sure that we are not going to have any homeless when our people arrive. I think we'll go... we start working out in this direction. You know what? Maybe a bathhouse over here wouldn't be the worst idea, and we can swing some housing up in this... Yeah, up over there. That may be a good idea. Okay, so let's go... One here, not adjacent to street, and that'll destroy... And that will not. So... Yeah, we're not going to destroy resources. I think that may be the best spot to put it. Although, wait a second, that'll be outside of the chapel. You know what? I take that back. Let's just go ahead and pop that one here. Keeping people close to the chapel is going to keep people nice and happy. So, yeah, that's what we're going to go ahead and do. And of course, we need to make sure that people are housed. So let's make sure that they have a path there, and that's easily tied on in. Alright, that should be easy work for the end of shift. They will arrive in the early mornings, so yeah, they won't have to build their own stuff during the night. That's all that it matters. These guys, we have 10 of them working. Let's go. Let's see, that's already 240. We're making 40, yeah, basically 43 per hour. That's incredible. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, faster reloading, an extra 13% efficiency boost. Do we see that in the full loading stage? Hang on a second, what have we got? Oh, no loading. Hold your horses, what's going on there? Oh, I think we have too many workers for the amount of work that's coming on in. Not 100% sure what's going on there. That seems a little odd. Hang on a second, can we make a gathering post? Let's see, resources. No, we still... It's not saying that there's anything there. Can we see the piles that they normally collect from? Maybe we're just emptying it faster than they can. Alright, well then if that's the case, let's cut that down a little bit, max that out. Make sure that we're bringing in more than we on the other side, and then yeah, I think that'll have to do for about now. Okay, so they are working, they're just rapidly getting through the timber that is being provided, so I guess that's a good thing. In fact, we're about to hit a cap, so let's go ahead and... Oh wait, how long on tech? About an hour. You know what, we'll spend some right as that goes. So let's go ahead and we now have access to the steam sawmills. So that'll be resources here. 40 steel and 25 wood. That is expensive, but we should be able to afford that. Yeah, we'll get them to make that overnight, though. I don't think we should waste any of our work time. That would be foolish. But let's go ahead and check out the next level of technology. Yeah, those docks could be nice to have, but again, I really think that these better reloading stations may be quite important. Not to mention that sawmill extension range, so we can tear down some of our old sawmills. Yeah, I definitely think this is where we want to go. So let's go ahead and upgrade. That'll be fine. And then... Oh, that also costs us a bit of steel. Okay, let's just double check on our numbers here. You're now producing 7.7 per hour. This is 6.5. Yeah, that's not really going to work. We'll just keep you where you are. Yep, 6 and 10, that's 16 per one. You guys, that's 16 per hour, and we're about here. 16, that's 10. Why have we got minimal efficiency? We've got high motivation. What are our workers doing? Carrying resources, going to build? Ah, okay. Well, you know what? That's not on right now. Let's go ahead and pause these jobs so they can get back to work. I don't want them to be confused. And then... yeah, we have a pretty solid pile of coal right there. I think we'll go ahead and... well, let's reduce that by a little bit there. And we'll send a couple of people there. 1 per hour. It's not huge, but again, every little bit does count. That should be okay. Unless, of course, we do throw on... hang on. A reloading station. That would probably be ideal. Oh, it destroys resources? Oh. Huh. But it is more efficient. You know what? We'll build... they're going to cancel all of the workers there. We're going to send them to here just to gather the coal. We'll do that for the last hours of shift. Then we'll chuck on a loading dock. A reloading station. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. Had I have realized it destroyed the pile, I probably would have invested a little bit sooner, but it is what it is. We still have plenty of food coming on in, so that's really nice to see. We'll have those extra workers, so that'll certainly help us out. In fact, we send... send one person over here, and you know what? We'll just go ahead and set up a little bit of timber to be produced. Again, we can easily increase this number and stock that there. All right, so that's the shift over. I think that's for most, if not all. Let's just double check. Yeah, till 1800. Yep, that is fine. Let's go ahead and allow them to build those houses. That will be fine. And then I guess we'll figure things out as we go. All right, 23 hours ahead of schedule. We probably need to start working a little bit harder at that at the structure, but I guess that'll take us a little bit of time. Let's yeah, I think we'll send in all of these workers here. That should be good. And then maybe we reduce a few of these workers. Let's say bring that down to half. We'll send those extra people there. And then, oh, there we go. We can recall these fellows for now. And we're going to build up the reloading station. There we go. It does use a steam core, so we do need to keep that in mind. But, yeah, that should be good enough for the moment. And then what else do we want to do? I think that's fairly decent. We can still pass another law in another 4 hours. Yeah, we're able to pass a whole stack of laws fairly rapidly, which is quite nice. Oh, and there are our workers. All right, fantastic. Yeah, so, yeah, we're able to pass the laws fairly quickly, which is rather nice. I'm not sure. Let's see, what do we potentially want to do? You know what? I'm tempted to say... treatment can have side effects. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the idea of this dispensary. That just feels like we're doping up our workers to make them able to push through, but not actually treating them. I think work standardization is probably going to be the next thing. If we're using the short shifts, we need to make this more efficient if we're going to catch up to where we need to be. So, yeah, I think that's going to be our next law. Again, not sure if that's right, but it's what we've got. Let's see, we have huge coal piles out there. We could also go ahead and put a gathering post out over there. That wouldn't be the worst idea. In fact, it is a potential possibility. We could swing this around to some other resource, like steel. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Or, actually, how much are we producing per day? Let's just see. So we're making a solid, wow, 322 per day. That's not terrible. That's quite decent, I think. And then, yeah, we're only getting 64 per day from the reloading station, so I definitely do want that upgrade. Anything that helps us get further ahead on that is going to be particularly nice. Oh, and it looks like we have a couple of sick... We have at least one sick person. Let's go ahead and... No, we'll reduce that by 1. We're doing fairly good on the timber production at the moment. We'll reduce that there, make sure that he's going to look after him. Alright, so that's 65% efficiency. That's not bad for a single worker. I'm definitely okay with that. Yeah, let's go ahead and I think we're going to go ahead and sign in that work standardization. A little bit of micromanagement is going to help us out. We're not overusing it and we're not becoming that toxic. So yeah, we will get some efficiency, but it will cause a little discontent, which is fair enough. And discontent will rise slightly. So worst comes to worst, the next law that we put through is for some bouts. We'll allow a little bit of fighting to transpire. As long as nobody gets severely injured, that's what I care about. Let's go ahead and send all those new workers to the shaft structure. We need to get that up and running. So we'll gain an extra, what is it, 10%? Yeah, that'll effectively be pretty good. Yeah, we will have some people with a low risk of falling ill, but again, I think we can manage this for now. And there we go, discontent has disappeared, motivation is back up to maximum. Those hearty meals are certainly paying off. Although worst comes to worst, we may need to we may go back to standard meals, but again, we'll see how it all goes. It just depends. So, oh, hang on a second. Reloading the station. We still have the coal. So much for destroying that pile. I guess it's just no longer accessible as a coal pile to pick up on. Alright, but that's fine. We'll make the most with that. Let's send... No, where else have we got? Got any other jobs we could move around? No, this still needs the upgrade for range. We have one person here making a few more profiles. Yeah, we'll just have him plod along and try and speed things up, I guess. Yeah, that'll be fun. And you know what? This place is safe, so we don't need to use the safety procedures either. So that'll still get the 10% bonus, so it's the least of all of the malices for having a better safety rating. I think that's not too bad. Alright, so more food coming on in. I think one of these is due to finish up with their scouting, but we will see how that goes. We do need... Where are we at? 5% time. Okay. Time to finish, 23 hours. Okay, that's not bad. So we're now 17 hours ahead of schedule. Okay, so I guess they're counting for the progress time as well. So we need to be at a certain percentage for that to count into the ahead of schedule and whatever else. So that's not bad. We're making a very efficient work here. 89%. Yeah, plus 24 due to high motivation, plus 10% for work standardization. That is not bad at all, and it looks like our timber is maxed out. So let's go ahead and rectify that. Let's go ahead and pick up some more technology. Let's see. Allows us to build steam reloading stations which gather resources from paths with greater efficiency. Yeah, that'll cost us another steam core. Wood and steel. I think this is definitely the way to go. Yeah, right now I think that's definitely the way to go. So we'll go ahead and start that up and running. Now, I do know that we have an order shipment available, but I think we're going to save this for some steam cores. We'll aim for this to be about 40, and we'll pick up 2 new steam cores. We're about to use 1 or maybe even 2 on reloading stations. Actually, you know what? No, we probably only need 1 for the steel, and the others, well, that's timber. So we're not exactly hard pressed there. But what I'm thinking we'll do is maybe try and rely upon the natural resources rather than shipping them in. So we may even send that over to steel as well if that could be of benefit. And you know what? We also should probably go ahead and have a secondary supply. What do we call it? No, we want resources. We want a resource depot. That's what I was trying to think. We'll go ahead and chuck that there. It's already tied into the street network, but that'll guarantee that we should be able to build that fairly quickly. And then, you know what? Got no one working on the reloading station nor that dock over there. That'll be fine for now. You know what? We're about maxed out on timber as it is, so we'll cut down that for a second, and we will... Oh, wait a second. That's 22 per hour. That's... Oh, there we are. Okay, we need it the other way around. We need more workers here to increase the reloading efficiency, and we can reduce this by a bit. So that's down to 13, that's 12. Yeah, there we go. So that should be fine. Oop. I think it was meant to be 6. You know what? It doesn't matter. We'll let the rest be. Hopefully some of them will go there. Maybe some of those workers have now decided to, yep, going to build. Yeah, we'll get them back in a bit. Not quite the cleanest, but it'll be fine. Oh, and twin events. Okay, that's an oddity, but we'll go for it. Let's start with... What do we want to start with? I think we'll see what's going on here before we get to the main problem. Alright, House of Pleasure, House of Disease. Oh dear. A worried medic reports an outbreak of venereal disease at the House of Pleasure. At least one of the employees got the clap and is spreading it. We must start the mandatory medical examinations of the staff and send the infected home, or at least isolate them. Ouch. Okay, well, cure them. I think that will be... Okay, so the infected will be treated as gravely ill and discontent will rise. Ow. Shut it down. No longer discontent will rise greatly, or people will get sick more frequently and discontent will rise. Requires medical repatriation? I don't remember the, that being a law that we could possibly... Because I would much rather deport the infected. Okay, infected will be treated as gravely ill. Discontent will rise greatly, or we can't afford it. No. We're gonna cure the infected. Hopefully that doesn't lead to amputations or anything, because that's horrible. Let's see, where on Earth? So we've got care house, radical treatment, sustain life. We have overcrowding, extra rations, ceremonial funerals, and company funerals, bare knuckle bouts, and pills. Okay, what about labor laws? Extended shift or 2 shifts, extended shift compensation, or shift work coordination, standardization dispensary. There is no sign of that other option that was given to us. That's, That is rather annoying. Okay, radical treatment. I think... I think we may need to go to radical treatment if we're going to be able to sustain our population healthily. We can't cure them, but we can keep them alive. They'll take up posts in medical posts. That is uncool. And then, yeah, there's a care house. Okay, so I'm not really seeing a way around this, but I guess we'll get to that when we get to it. So let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Okay, work safety, toxic gases. Sir, we have a situation. We've detected dangerous concentration of toxic gases across the whole construction site. Breathing them will make people sick, but will keep them working. We have no choice. The gases are venting from the depths of the source, and their toxicity levels changes constantly. We will monitor it and warn you about any changes 24 hours in advance. Okay. Workplace safety falls. Great. That's just... Oh, we now have a new measure. Okay, so we'll rise tomorrow. Joyous. Okay, so can we see? No, about a day ahead of schedule. That's gonna have to be as good as it is. You know what? We don't want to max out our timber. Let's go ahead and spend a little bit more. Yeah, that's just fantastic. Okay, so yeah, we're still gonna let that tick up to 40. That'll just have to be what it is. Again, we can't allow too many people into our city as much as we do need the work. We also do need to be able to feed everybody, so yeah, that would be potentially dangerous. We have 5 extra workers. They're working on that here right now on the resource depot. You know what? We can build that after work. I think we're going to go ahead and send you... we're going to send you over here. We'll just keep on producing, and worst comes to worst, we just keep on hitting the button and adding more timber into our production queues. Yeah, and unfortunately, where is our worker? Going to rest? Well, I guess we need a secondary engineer, so you know what? I take that back. We'll send 4 people over there, and we need to bring in an engineer. Let's drop that down. In fact, we probably don't want our engineers here. If they become the gravely ill... Oh, I see potential trouble. Yeah, okay, well, we'll have to see what we've got, and hopefully we can, yeah, if anyone's going to get sick at the public house or the House of Pleasure, which I believe is the same building, we certainly need to make sure that we're not losing any engineers, because they are expensive, and I don't want that. So you know what? Maybe what we could do is maybe we take a bit of an efficiency debuff, and we start working for some technology. Yeah, it's not exactly what I was thinking we would do, but... Oh man, is that just... That's just outside of the realm of possibility. Ah, that sucks. Not adjacent to street is honestly fairly minimal trouble. In fact, you know what? We could possibly put that all the way back over here and then work to a gathering post back there in the future, although that may not be the spot we want to go. We may want that for housing, so how close can we get? That's not terrible, but that is an awkward shape and size. We could possibly get 2 homes in on the other direction if we did, or something else. Let's go. Let's just put this here. It's not adjacent to a street, but that's not a big deal for us. We'll go ahead and tie that in. That's easily done. And then I think we're going to send our engineers there and try and speed up the process. In fact, yeah, we'll send the rest of the engineers to the sick bay, because I think we're going to deal with a lot of sickness tomorrow. And then we could even take out a couple of workers from here. Yeah, I think that's definitely what we're going to go ahead and do. Yeah, we're a day ahead of schedule, so we can cut down some of our work here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So as of tonight, when all these buildings get built, we'll make the most of that. We'll shuffle over our engineers to our medical post and our 3rd workshop. And then we'll take a couple of workers out of the shaft and yeah, make sure that those roles stay filled. I think if we do that, that should mean we can yeah, still maintain efficiency, stay ahead of the curve, and have everything pan out all right. So if you do want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning in to the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.